Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're at Base Lab Studios and we've got a very, very special guest, Lashawna Rose.
It's having me.
Thank you so much for coming on. I'm really excited to have Lashawna on the show. She's someone that I've known for a few years now, someone who's really supported me during my time in the music business. So I wanted to touch base with her on all of the things that she's achieved since her music journey.
I'm excited. I'm excited and nervous for some reason.
Why?
Nervous. I just haven't done this.
In a while. So yeah, since your radio presenting days, tell us about that. Let's start with that.
Yeah, so I was doing radio for like 7 years. I started when I was 19, I think. Basically, I did a semester at uni. I studied at University of the Arts and I did media communications, and I did a semester at uni of radio, and I just really liked it. I thought it was cool. But whilst doing that, I was also writing this blog, like just interview musicians in like the ends that was just really good. So I'd go to like my friend Seshi, Mr. IMX's events, and we'd just interview all his like lineup. And his lineup at that time was like Shay Ningo, Nadia Rose, and a bunch of other people. So it was like, this is where they just kind of started. And then I would write the blogs on them. So then Mixtape Madness hit me up and was like, can you manage our blogs? And I was like, yeah, cool, I'll do it. Did that for like 6 months, and I was like, I could do something else. So during that time of doing radio, I was like, then you try to do some radio. So I hit up Represent and went in, did a chat, recorded a demo the following week, and then was on air the following week after.
Oh, wow.
So it kind of went really quickly, and I had to learn on the spot and on
the job.
Yeah. But yeah, radio was great. I actually quite miss it. I miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went to uni. Do you feel like your degree has been really helpful in what you do now? No, not at all.
I think about it all the time. Yeah, it's like, you're just paying the student loan for like whatever reason. But then I don't know, like sometimes I say that and then someone's like, so, like people will be like, no, I think it probably did help you. But I'm just like, I don't know if it did.
It's not convincing enough for you.
No, I don't know if it did. It was a really, really good course. And I met some cool people in there. But I think because I stayed in London, I didn't get much of a uni experience. If anything, yeah, I could just say I just met some cool people because it was like a lot of international students. But I didn't feel like I fitted in at UAL at all. But yeah, the course was good.
So at that age, like between 18 and like 21, what was your dream career? What did you want to do?
I think I wanted to be a radio presenter then. But like, I think it was transitioning because I was still doing a lot of acting. So before doing radio, I wanted to act. And then like my dream was to act for years. And then, yeah, I didn't get into Brit School. So that broke my heart.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's what really led me into just focusing more on the music stuff. But yeah, I think radio was the dream at the sound.
So, okay, so it seems like you've accomplished like both of your dream careers. What would you say your dream vision for your career is now? Has it changed?
I think it changes all the time. But I think that's because I'm kind of impulsive. So like, yeah, like I want to be a really successful A&R, and I want my own label, and I just want to make tracks and have some cool shit going on. But like, I also wouldn't mind going and do some radio. Yeah. But like have like a really bespoke show where people just know me for my taste, mess about it kind of thing. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to be a 50-year-old actress one day.
Could happen. Just 100%
Viola Davis or something.
100% can see that for you. So I want to focus on the A&R experience that you've got.
Yeah.
You're now A&R manager at Columbia. Big congrats. I met Lashawna when we were interning at Sony. What was it, like 3 years ago now or more? Was the experience, the role, the label, what you expected?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess like I kind of was doing it before I was doing it. So like, I think the thing about A&R is that what I've found is the best A&Rs tend to be A&R before they even step into the role. And like me and my friends, we would save all our money and then just book Airbnbs and tell all our friends that make music to come and just spend the weekend with us and make tracks. And like I'll be in the studio with a lot of my friends and just be trying cool stuff. before.
So you were essentially setting up your own writing camps
Yeah.
before you even got
Stuff. So like
a job. Yeah.
yeah, so it was just like I didn't know I was doing it. I didn't know it was A&R. I just thought I was just doing something fun with my friends. But yeah, I think the experience has been amazing, and I think the internship was a really good start for us. And I think it was just like the only thing I didn't understand about the industry and like I had to learn is like maybe learning the more formal connects, like go meet lawyers and go meet publishers.
The business kind of side of it.
Side to it. Me, I was just having fun meeting all these producers and rappers and musicians and stuff, and just thought it was fun to have them in the room. So yeah, I think learning business was and has been really fun.
Mm-hmm. So if you could go back and be at the beginning of your journey again, what like advice would you give yourself? How do you feel? Is there anything you regret or anything you could have navigated a bit better?
I don't think there's anything I regret at all.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like navigation, I don't know. Part of me wonders. I think when you're working in a business, like a big business, big corporation, like a Sony or something, you kind of think, oh, I can't do anything else, or like you get really like, let me focus on this one,
like live and breathe
yeah,
a whole like, career.
Like there's nothing stronger than your own connections. So you just make sure you keep doing the things that you're doing outside of it and building on that, because that's what makes you valuable in those buildings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. I think it's like keeping your creativity going, meeting other people and getting kind of like an edge and being able to contribute something that other people can't. And I think, yeah, you can only do that by like doing your own projects or, you know, 100% getting involved in
just
stuff.
being in the building doesn't like
guarantee anything. Yeah.
Keep you
Mm-hmm.
doing anything cool and like keep the value in you. So yeah, I think you got to make sure you keep doing the stuff outside of it.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of your love for music, where did that start? Who influenced and inspired you?
Ooh, my love for music. Oh no, I think I'm just a big sponge of everyone and everything. So like, it's funny now because as I've got older, I'm so obsessed with everybody. And my mum was obsessed with Erykah Badu. So like, I remember her and Baduism like playing around the house. But now like the feeling that I feel when I listen to that tape, it's just like it's unreal, because I guess I felt it when I was younger, or know of it because I was so young. But like I remember my sister used to sing, and my big brother he used to produce as well and make music. So he didn't live in our house, he lived in my nan. So I remember going to my nan's house and like looking at the trainers and be like, oh, I wonder who's upstairs with the Wayne's been recording today. And it could have been anyone. It could have been like Stormzy or Gunna D or like Shiesty and all those stuff, but up there all the time just making music. So that was really cool. And like I think I just was so obsessed with that. Like I always just wanted to be in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then like my sister, me and her shared a room for years, and like she used to lock me out of the room when she wanted to sing and and do her thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd literally just be sitting by the door listening to her sing and listening to her music. My other brother was like obsessed with like Ludacris and Missy. And I remember like when he wasn't home, I used to go in his cupboard and just like scramble through his CDs. He doesn't even know that to this day, but yeah, like I don't know. My dad used to be really into music, and he used to do like club promotion or something like that. So I think
I felt like naturally like immersed in it.
I think just being Caribbean, like when shit goes bad, we dance. We listen to music. When things are good, we listen to music. So yeah, I just think it's kind of been embedded in me.
Mm-hmm. So what would you say have been your biggest highlights whilst working at Sony?
Biggest highlights? I think A&R and Ruger's project was probably one of the biggest highlights, because I did that as an intern and it was been a great project and had some success and stuff.
Do you want to explain a bit about the process of what does A&R in actually mean when working with an artist like that?
So, well, it was kind of interesting because I never met Ruger.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just like, I had listened to his music a few times and was like, oh, Ruger's cool. Like didn't think much of me being part of the process. So he was signed to us, and our president at the time was like, oh, Lash, Ruger's gonna be in town, I want you to A&R it. So I was just like, oh, okay, I'll just set up some sessions. Set up some sessions, and like majority of the songs from those sessions were like on his project. So that was me going to the studio with him and like being there sometimes, and then if not, he would deliver the stuff, and then I'll give him feedback, or we'd get it mixed and mastered. If it was good, I'm ready. But it was like just being a part of the process with him, and like really handpicking who I'd thought would work well with him. And that was interesting because like you're also an intern, so I'm getting calls at like 4 o'clock in the morning. They're like, "Oh, Ruben needs his car back to the hotel," and it's like, damn, like my whole life is literally responsibility. Yeah, just focusing on Ruga the whole time. But he's great, and I love Ruga and I love his team. So yeah, that was
amazing. It was a great project. So yeah, congrats on that. What are you excited to work on in 2025?
Well, I just signed a new artist called Naomi. She's a development artist. She's a singer-songwriter. She's actually from Portsmouth, but now she lives in London. And I think like she just got great taste, and she's like something that I would find myself and be like, oh my God, what is that? You know what I mean? So I'm really excited about working with her and like the rest of the world hearing the music, because it's so exciting. But yeah, I'm so excited.
What would you say your personal taste is? Because obviously you're a tastemaker, and also add in there a bit about your work with your company Ultra Bean as well, and them ties in quite nice.
My taste, I think my taste is kind of like all over the place, because sometimes I just be listening to the most random stuff, but I think it starts in like hip hop and R&B and goes into like neo soul. I love reggae with like all my heart. But yeah, like I think it's weird because I could be listening to Beyonce, Billie Eilish, and then Kendrick, and then Sims. It's just whatever, really. Like whatever's really good. I really love music that has lots of instruments. So really, like musicality is really important to me. But it just depends on the day. I don't know.
And when you're A&Ring and scouting for talent, what is it that you're looking for these days?
Something, just something different. I think it's so easy for music to sound so similar to, like everyone's getting it, like listening to the same shit. They're trying to have the same, like trying to have moments on TikTok,
Like copy and paste.
Yeah, man. I'm just like, whatever's just moving, I'm like, oh, that's exciting. That's what I think really gets me. So it doesn't necessarily matter about the genre or anything like that. It just has to be good, like really good.
What would be your biggest piece of advice for artists navigating their independent career in 2025?
I think they should just like be tunnel vision and like not slow themselves down. I think the world of music and audience is so fickle, and they will like drop you in a heartbeat when they find something else. So you just have to continuously drop music, and like don't slow yourself down. Try different things, and make sure like the quality of your music is 10/10, because people are always going to go back as well. It's like even if you have a moment tomorrow, they're going to go back and find the rest of the stuff and be just as obsessed. But I think it's hard to navigate because everyone's chasing a moment. So I think don't worry about the moments, just keep your head down and just keep going.
Yeah. Okay. And in terms of Ultra Beam, do you want to tell us a bit about that?
So Ultra Beam is a taste-making platform that had kind of birthed in lockdown. I remember it started with nothing. It was just a name, and I had sent it to my friends Bridie and Carlos and Jesse, and I was like, I think we're starting something, and I just sent them the picture and logo of Ultra Beam, and like every weekend they'll come around to my house and we'd chat and like listen to music and stuff. And then I was just like, I'm gonna start a radio station where I just play whatever I want, because I kind of felt like, as much as like being on Represent was great and stuff, I was like had restraints of like, I can't play this, or if my show is a Sunday show, you got to make sure you go playing this type of music, or your interviews have to be this long. And I was just like,
you wanted like creative control.
Yeah, like if I want to have an hour interview, I'm doing an hour interview. So yeah, it basically started as a radio station, and then people started hitting me up and saying, can I do a show? And then we had some really good people on there. Had Zaki, who's actually got a show on Represent now. We had Risco, who I don't know if he's doing radio anymore, but he's doing great in the industry. And Shifa. And Shifa's actually killing it. Like she's just finished a tour in Asia and stuff like that. But like basically he was doing radio, and I would kind of just do all the graphics and build the brand itself. And then we didn't know how to DJ, but like everyone was like hitting us up about doing gigs. So I was like, well, we're gonna have to go to Pirate Studio and learn. So I would pay for us to all just go down to Pirate Studio for a couple of hours every week, and then we would just take turns on the decks and just learn how to DJ. Risco was actually the best at the time, and I had done a few gigs before.
You really downplay yourself.
Right.
Like you've got a bit of a DJ career that you're downplaying.
Like it all kind of stems after the Ultra Beam thing. So yeah. Anyways, it started as a radio show and a blog. So we had like this girl called Dominique who was from the US, and she would like write blogs and make playlists. And we had like this guy called Cube who's doing amazing online as well. He was a musician and producer. He would make playlists and stuff like that. And everyone, it was just like homegrown, and whoever I thought was sick, I was just like, yeah, come join, like do something. And as I said, we started getting hit up to do events. We started doing events with G-Shock, Soho House, Soho Music, so many others. I can't even remember half of them, but we did a lot of events. And it basically, the reason why it slowed down was because I was like, I didn't want it to be just no for parties.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I've kind of struggled to figure out where it lives in short form world. So I think for me, low-key feel like I've abandoned it a little bit, but I feel like there's a time and a place where we had to bring it back out and like, this is Ultra Beep again. But it was like literally just for people that love music.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So which artist you've interviewed has been your favourite of all time?
My favourite probably is my interview with Sims. And that's because I'm just a huge Sims fan. And just like it was on Zoom because it obviously locked down.
It's almost like a milestone moment though.
Yeah, I hadn't interviewed her before, but it was like this was the one we got into the nitty-gritty, and like we spoke for a long time about loads of different stuff, like things that I think a lot of her fans were wondering but didn't get from her because interviews are literally like 20 minutes.
Yeah, quite superficial.
Yeah, so I think that was probably my favourite one. And then I did an interview with Sir, and that was great. And it was just fun. Like I was like, this is Sir from LA, like, yeah, this is lit. I think I did Gorillas, which was sick. Oh no, they've also been good. So yeah, I don't know.
And in terms of DJing, how comes you've kind of like, you're not doing that as much anymore? What's your feelings about it?
I love DJing, but I don't love what it comes with.
So like,
plus I think the UK market for DJing is not that fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's the same gigs, it's the same people, the same audiences. You listen to the same, that everyone listen, like party sound exactly the same. Almost every set feels the same. So I just I think I got bored of that a little bit, especially after being on tour, and the tour was like completely different to that. So like I'm chasing that high, but it's not that over here. So that kind of was like a downer for me. But in terms of like the lifestyle that comes with, it's like so much drinking, so much partying, so much over socializing, and I'm just like, I can't be up for that. I barely want to talk to half the people I talk to. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah, I think that's definitely something that like aspiring DJs or people that get into it really need to consider.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I think people underestimate how much it is, like how much energy it takes out of you. And I mean, it's great. It is great fun. Like I've got out to do a gig recently. I'm gonna do it because it's just like sometimes when I get on the decks now, I'm just like, oh, this was fun. But before it was getting to a point where I was just, all right, I think I'm bored of it a little bit. Well, it's just like the type of gigs I'm doing. It's just like I really liked doing the G-Shock ones because it was a bit more bespoke. Or like we have, I don't know, Jay Electronica did an event, and then the stuff I'm playing is like old school hip hop and stuff. That's fun, you know what I mean? Where it's a bit more bespoke. But I don't think I'm a people pleaser. I like to play what I like to play.
And in terms of what the music industry brings as a whole, what would you say like the main challenges are for you, or the things that the things that you've noticed that you think people should be aware of?
Main challenge for myself, I don't know. How do I say it without being shady? I don't know. I think like I think the game is very clouty.
Mm.
And yeah, I just don't like that. I leave it there. But
do you speak on like the UK music industry specific or as a whole?
I think as a whole, but like obviously the UK music industry and especially the Black UK music industry is very small. So and it just was a bit clouty. You know what I mean? And I'd like, I'll clap for everyone, but I think it's a bit clouty.
And have you got any solutions to that? Any ideas of?
No, I don't know.
No. That's too big of a problem.
I don't know. I just think everyone should support everyone.
Mm.
And you know, like just be like, I don't know, you never know when you're going to need a helping hand. So just be nice to everyone as well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's big. Like I speak to a lot of younger A&Rs and they're like, oh, this person wasn't very nice to me and stuff like that. Or I'm not sure about what like other Black girls I should turn to that I can lean on in the industry. And I'm just like, it's not nice that some people feel like that. So
you feel like there's a need for a bit more like collaboration and
like a little bit of a big sister thing. Yeah, because as I said, like, you never know when you're gonna need to ask someone for a favor or ask someone for advice. So I think everyone should just be nice to each other.
And what would your advice be to, you know, an intern or someone that's trying to get into the industry, someone young that's just starting out? What would you advise them, knowing what you know now?
I think don't get disheartened because like it's not easy and it's not easy to get your foot in. You might have to try a few different angles to get in. Like it took me years to get into the label stuff. And I was trying way before. So it's like sometimes you have to wait for the right opportunity, but don't like stop doing anything or don't get jaded and stuff like that. Speak to as much people as you can, network, and just be positive, like, and focus on what you actually care about. I think it's so easy to get wrapped up in the actual industry of it you can kind of forget about being good at whatever you want to be good at. So just focus on being great at that and it will come.
So if you had to say like 5 character traits for someone that would have the potential to be like a successful music exec, what would you say that would be?
Have taste, be hardworking. I think be easy to talk to, like be not necessarily overly social, but like
real one,
the conversation. Yeah. Know your stuff. One more. I said hardworking already. Know your stuff.
I think I can go twice then.
Yeah, like just I don't know. Just stay focused. I think be focused.
Okay. And you know, I feel that you're someone that's really good at kind of like balancing your life with your work. And I know you've got a new venture, 118 Home, which I really want to talk about. What made you create 118 Home instead of another music venture? And if you just want to kind of explain what it's all about.
So the 118 Home, it's my art. Like I paint, and I love painting, so it's my art. But basically, I always liked to draw and to paint and stuff, but I never really had the patience for it. My dad was kind of into art as well. He used to like draw. He used to do my art homework. But I didn't really think much of myself as someone that could do this or whatever. And then I got an iPad and basically I would paint stuff or draw stuff, but the minute I made a mistake, I'd be like, I ruined it now, so I'd throw it away.
A perfectionist.
Yeah. So then I got an iPad and I started drawing on Procreate, and I was like, if I mess it up, I could rub it out, right? And then I started like making some really cool pieces on that, and people that start buying them and stuff. So then like I started posting that on socials and didn't think much of it. I was just posted and people would hit me up about it. And then basically Adex, who runs MQ, he shouted at me, was like, he was like, I really want you to, I want to paint it from you, but I want you to paint it. So I was like, oh damn, like
you got the song right.
Yeah. So basically I did a painting for him, and that kind of just got me into it. And I was like, yo, I can actually do this. Like it just takes time, patience, and like if you mess it up, paint over kind of thing. So I think I had to grow as a person to then like grow on the canvas, you know what I mean? So the 118 home's kind of it's inspired by my brother, and our journey home every day. So like we used to get on the 118 home, the bus anyway. You know the bus is cancelled now. Would you believe this? Just as you told us that us and stuff. But so the 118 is a bus that went from Morden to Brixton, and we went to go in Streatham. So I used to jump on that bus home every day. And like I just got some amazing memories there. And like my brother's not here anymore. So it's like a lot of our memories together were on the bus going home from school every day. Because I was not allowed to come home without him. He wasn't allowed to come home without me. So if he had detention, I'm standing up in Streatham waiting for him. But yeah, it's just like all my really beautiful memories are so much to do with that bus. And then like when I met my partner, like the 118 has just been so involved. Like the numbers, they're so involved in our life. So yeah,
I love that. I feel like it's a real testimony to, you know, how genuine passion can create success, because I think a lot of people start things, especially within like the entertainment field or on the creative side, with a kind of like a goal in mind to like make money from it or monetize it as soon as they can. So I think this really shows that, like, you know, if you tap into your creativity and you have like a genuinely kind of like purposeful project, great things can happen from it. And I think
that's one thing for me. Like the minute something gets a bit more like a product, that's when I lose focus on it. And it's kind of tapped because I can make more money. But it's just like, even like with the art stuff, I've probably slowed down since I've made more money from it. And it's just like the minute like people start thinking, oh, can you make something like this? I'm like, no, I'll make something, and if you want it, you buy it, kind of thing. Because I don't really do well with like direction. It's literally off a whim and inspiration or whatever I feel. So it's a bit difficult to like make it a product. You know.
So are you kind of going with the flow with it at this point, or like do you have a plan for it? We're gonna see any exhibitions soon, anything like that?
I would love to do it. So I wanted to do an exhibition for my birthday, but I had just come back from Thailand, so it didn't really make sense. But I'm hoping to have an exhibition this year at some point.
Well, I think that's everything for today. Thank you so much for coming on.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been great to hear your story. I'm super inspired and really, really looking forward to everything you achieved this year. Do you want to just tell everyone watching, where can they find you? Where can they keep following you and connect with you in the future?
You can find me on Instagram, just Instagram really. Lashawna Rose on there, I think. Yeah, Lashawna Rose. And you can follow the 118 home page.